And it is time once again for another episode of
The Horror Guys.
Yay!
Yay! I'm Kevin.
I'm Brian.
And we're going to talk about some horror movies.
As always, we are coming to you from HorrorWeekly.com, which combines the talents of HorrorGuys.com and the new and improved FlashFright.com.
FlashFright.com?
Yeah. We used to have all our feature films and our short films in the same place. Now we're spreading them into two sites because some people just like those short films.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a fan of short films, check out FlashFright.com.
We've got a link to all the ones that we can link to there.
And if you get it backwards and say FrightFlash.com, that's okay too.
Does that work?
They both work.
Ooh, yes. Aren't you clever?
But of course, if you're just a podcast listener, or if you are on the weekly HorrorWeekly.com weekly newsletter, you won't see any differences. But if you go to the individual sites, the source sites, there are two of them now. FlashFright.com and HorrorGuys.com.
How awesome is that?
But for convenience sake, you should probably be on our weekly email list, HorrorWeekly.com.
It's free.
Where you get all the full-length movies and all the shorts. They're right there in one nice, big, fat, huge email.
Nice.
All right, but we got movies for you this time. Movies and shorts, as always. And what do we have?
Well, we got a couple indie-ish things. 2009's Sweatshop and 2012's Nobody Gets Out Alive. And an Australian classic, 2006 Black Sheep.
Meh.
Okay, maybe not a classic. Going back in time, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
I Still Know.
Yeah, from 1998. And 2011's Rise of the Planet of the Apes. We did Dawn of the Planet of the Apes last time, didn't we?
Yep.
Yep. It's
and
the
there's
sequel.
A couple more coming sooner or later.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we got 5 shorts, too.
Woohoo! All right, well, where are we going to start?
We should start with Nobody Gets Out Alive.
Oh,
from 2012.
Okay. You're doing it wrong. All right. Okay, we'll do Nobody Gets Out Alive.
Okay.
Directed by Jason Christopher Meyer. Written by him also. Stars Jen Dance, David J. Bonner, and Sean Paul Costello. Hour and 17 minutes. Trailer in the show notes.
It's got a really good poster.
It says an homage to some of the great slasher films of the 70s and 80s.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Well, spoiler-free, I'm going to say this is a fairly generic serial killer in the woods kind of movie. We start out with a origin story of the killer. Why is he allowing his daughter to play hopscotch in the street? I don't know.
In the middle of the road, the hopscotch thing drawn with chalk, yeah, and what could happen?
It's not even like a residential street, where people are driving slow and careful. It's like this road where the speed limit's probably 55. She literally has a hopscotch drawn on the road, and he's like watching as she hopscotches in the road and gets plowed down. Yeah, but anyway,
in the first 2 minutes, it's hardly a spoiler.
That's not a spoiler. That happens right away. Well, then time passes, and a group of young people go camping in the woods, and they laugh at the stories of death that lurks in the area. It's well made, but it's just okay for entertainment value.
If I'm going camping and sitting around the campfire and somebody starts talking about the serial killer that lives in the woods, I'm packing.
you don't want to hear that?
Of it, yeah.
No, you hang around, you laugh it off, and then you just hang around and get picked off one at a time.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the way it seems to work.
Yeah.
Well, we started in November 2000. There's a big outdoor party as credits roll. In the morning, after the party breaks up, one of the partiers runs over a girl in the road as her father watches. Yeah, and I think we're supposed to feel sorry for the family because they let their kid play in the street.
Horrible tragedy. He lost his son. Daughter.
It's a huge farm, and the kid wants to play in the middle of the street.
Playing hopscotch on the pavement.
Yeah.
In the road.
Yeah.
And then he's mad at the world because this happened. And he becomes a serial killer.
Now in the present day, Dr. Owen, that's, who is he?
What?
Oh, who's the actor? Dr. Owen.
Oh, I don't recall.
Clint Howard.
Oh, right. Yes.
With his beard shaven, he's looking sane in this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
He's got the crazy look going nowadays, but he looked pretty okay here.
He can come and go with that.
He cleans versatile. Up good, I guess.
Yeah, he does.
Anyway, Dr. Owen, who gets top billing on IMDb, by the way. He's in this one scene.
He's the big name.
He talks to a patient and explains that her daughter is going to need time to recover. And then Dr. Owen goes away forever. Later, we see Jen at home eating dinner with her parents. They want her to go out with friends now that she's out of the mental hospital. Jen calls her friend Michelle who tells her the legend of the father of the girl who got killed. He still hangs out in those woods, killing people. So we're going to go camp there.
So let's go camp there. Yeah.
Mike, Danny, and Darren are going camping with Jen, Michelle, and Angie. Wait, there's 6 teenagers going camping?
Uh-huh.
It's a magic number. Well, the 3 guys talk to Jared, who's very weird. Oh, he's a pothead. There's always going to be one of those.
There's a 7th guy with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, a man goes into a convenience store and kills the people inside. Explain that scene to me, knowing how the whole mythology goes.
I can't.
Why would this guy kill a convenience store where they're perfectly innocent?
Why is he killing all these people who are perfectly innocent?
The
partying kids, maybe. You know,
the partying kids, he's got a grudge.
That mental
I get
connection.
That.
Yeah, but he's also killing not
a convenience store clerk and an innocent customer.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, the gang shows up at the deserted convenience store and steals some cases of beer. Jared offends 2 local guys by trying to buy weed from them. Do we look like drug dealers? And then later on...
Do we look like potheads?
And later on, they are.
Yeah.
The group is then flagged down by a man who warns them that the woods are dangerous. And the woods gives him willies. I warned you, he says.
Harbinger.
Yeah, he's got that tattooed on his forehead.
Yes.
They soon arrive at the spot and set up tents. Jen is mopey, and Darren tries to cheer her up. Around the campfire, Darren tells them that the warnings from the Harbinger weren't wrong. Hunter Ist, hardest name to say of all the serial killers.
Yeah, it is.
The father of the little girl who died vanished. But now people die in these woods regularly.
Let's go camping there.
Brandon and Tim, the angry locals from earlier, show up and join the group. They laugh at the boogeyman story. Everyone pairs off for the night, and
Well, not everyone.
Well, it's an odd number, so not everyone.
Many people do, yes.
And Darren and Jen talk about why she's so grumpy. The odd man out is Jared, who gets stabbed repeatedly by the killer. Oh, we're back to an even number. Who shows up out of nowhere. In the morning, no one can find Jared. Everyone argues. They spend all day looking for him. When they get back to their camp at night, I guess they literally did spend all day, it's been ransacked. The car has been sabotaged as well. They all watch in terror as Angie is killed right outside the car. Danny also gets it, whacked with a sledgehammer. Michelle gets stabbed with a machete. The numbers drop radically as Mike gets hooked. And we're only like 20 minutes in.
And there's not many left
It's already killed most of the people.
But there's a little bit more to it.
Very little more.
But, it's a short movie, too.
Well, Hunter Ist has some anger management issues. Why was Jen in the hospital in the beginning, and what were those medications for?
It's never clarified. Some mental issues.
She went to the mental hospital and had to have some kind of drugs for something.
Released with medication.
And there's it may not be a big surprise to you, but they kill the killer at the end. Oh my goodness, he's dead.
Do they really?
But then there's this other guy that shows up with the same weapons in the back of his car, but he's not the killer.
Or is he?
I don't know who the hell that guy was.
It's confusing.
Yeah. It took a long time for the action to start, but when it did, we get down to 2 or 3 characters very quickly. Here we go. It's about as generic and bland as a slasher movie can be.
Yeah, I mean, it's well made, well
it's
put
not
together.
Terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I can't point to anything and say this was a weak point or that was a weak point. Everything is solid.
In 2 weeks, if you ask me about what Nobody Gets Out Alive, I'm going to not remember what it was about.
Yeah, it's very forgettable and bland.
Yeah, there's nothing here to really recommend it. If you're really desperate for a slasher you haven't seen, go for it. It's not terrible.
Liked it more than disliked it, but yeah, meh.
There is one scene in the middle where the killer explains his motivations.
Oh, yeah. And
I swear that scene went on for 20 minutes of him rambling.
And the trivia says that was going to be even longer originally. He just rambles and rambles.
Okay.
I guess they trimmed it down a bit.
Sweatshop, 2009. Is it hot in here? Directed by Stacy Davidson, written by Stacy Davidson and Ted Geoghegan, stars Ashley Kay, Melanie, Donihoo, and Peyton Wetzel. Hour and 30 minutes, trailer in the show notes. And this, along with No One Gets Out Alive, is one of Kevin's dollar store specials.
No,
thrift store?
Goodwill?
Goodwill special.
Goodwill, I believe, yes.
Somebody gave these 2 movies away. Can you imagine?
I bet they bought them at the dollar store. Yeah.
Spoiler free. This movie is like a showcase for the work of gore effects people involved. The deaths are especially wet and effective in this one.
Yeah, that was really noticeable.
Most people die by getting splattered in the head with a hammer, Gallagher style.
Well, yeah, but there's other deaths too, and they're all, the special effects in this one were especially wet and noticeable. Yeah.
The rest of the movie is not so noteworthy.
Yeah.
We didn't get attached to any of the characters. The script is kind of draggy, and the acting is very hit and miss. If you're looking for top-notch gore, you'll find it here, but not much else.
Mm-hmm.
Give us a taste. How's it start?
Well, there's a woman who wakes up naked and shivering in a dungeon kind of looking place, and she runs around looking for escape. Outside, a cop opens the door to the big factory and comes inside looking for intruders. It's obviously the same building that they're in. Well, we see that he's not alone. Someone else is there with him. And it has a bloody mouth, isn't quite human. Well, unfortunately, the woman runs up to him after he's all freaked out, and he shoots her by mistake. About 1,000 times. I mean, he really, yeah.
He's eager to shoot.
Yeah, and then credits roll. Well, 6 hours later, a group of young people enter the same building. They've brought a disco ball and sound system and have a party here.
Well, they're getting ready to have a party later.
They're getting ready to have
They're like setting up a big rave or something.
a club, yeah, an underground club. Yeah. Well, they find a video camera left behind by Ghost, one of the group who was there before them. And they all watch a girl do a striptease on the camera. So basically, those people from 6 hours before got pre-killed before the movie starts. Well, we get to know Scotty, Charlie, and some of the other characters as they wander around the place and argue and set things up. As we get ready for the party, we see someone else moving in the dark shadows of the warehouse. They are not alone still. Wade, Scotty's brother, shows up, and he's got the lighting equipment and beer. Kim sees a scary face in the darkness and causes a scene, but they're expecting a lot of kids in about an hour. They need to get this stuff set up.
So they've got all these punk guys with their spiky hair and blue hair and green hair and the piercings, and the girls are all pierced and punky looking. And Wade comes in and he's like straight out of Tucker and Dale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he's a farmer.
One of
guy.
These things is not like the other. Yeah. Well, there's more drama. Wade likes Lale, but she's is told she's a lesbian, but he finds out she's more flexible than that. Miko laughs at Jade, who kind of likes Wade. They all talk about the rules for blowjobs. Oh, a couple of them do. And then Jade sees Wade and Lale going at it, and she runs off and cries.
Drama.
Yeah, there's some drama here. Yeah. Almost immediately after, some ghouls come out of nowhere and tear Lale's guts out.
What?
Yeah, suddenly there's
She
gore.
didn't see that coming.
No.
Probably a good stopping place.
Yeah.
There are ghouls.
Yes. There's these people having drama in an isolated location, setting stuff up and getting picked off graphically.
Well, the characters are all definitely very distinctive, but not particularly interesting or well acted. Not one of the characters is even remotely likable, so when they die, we're like, okay. The kills are well done, and the practical gore effects are really good. It's a splattery movie. It's good if you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah.
We don't know why the ghoul woman and the hammer man are in the warehouse in the first place.
No, that's never explained.
No explanation at all.
It's just where they hang out, waiting for people to come by. Although, realistically, I mean, how many people are going to come into an abandoned factory in the middle of nowhere? You're just hanging out with all these weapons, waiting for people to come in to kill.
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
They order a lot of pizza.
Best not to overthink that. Yeah.
The hammer man uses this giant anvil on a stick, which is a cool looking weapon, although it wouldn't be very practical.
Awful
couldn't
heavy.
lift that thing.
Awfully heavy. He's got some upper arm strength.
Where did all the dancers come from at the end when the ticket takers were all killed? Down at the end, of course, there's one final girl who's left alive that was setting up the party, and all these partiers show up. And there's no one there to run the show. There's somebody playing the music and running the lights and the DJ. And
I think it was the killers. I think the killers turned the lights on and the music and stuff, keep the party going. And I think so.
He's awful smart for a big hammer man with ghouls.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's definitely low budget schlock that doesn't get very good until the end, and even then, High Point's not great. Definitely way up there on the gore.
Schlocky is a good way to put it.
Yeah. But. Yeah, it's. I didn't hate it.
No, I didn't either. Yeah, gory.
Yeah,
bloody, juicy, wet.
One that I expected better of, 2006's Black Sheep. I remember seeing the trailers for this when I came out and never got around to it, and I thought that looked just hilarious in the trailers.
Same here.
Oh my goodness, it's a snorefest.
It's not hilarious.
Written and directed by Jonathan King, stars Oliver Driver, Nathan Meister, Tammy Davis, hour and 27 minutes, and a very good trailer is on the show notes. Watch the trailer, skip the film.
Well, the poster makes it seem funnier than it is. And there are some chuckles to be had.
It's a dark comedy.
But mostly it's just a killer animal movie with kind of a familiar formula. They did crank the absurdity up to 11. And the effects are quite good, all practical with no CGI, and there is plenty of gore horror. We liked it all right, but not a classic.
Yeah, I think it could have stood to be a lot funnier.
Yeah, it should have been.
Well, as credits roll, we get sweeping panoramas of New Zealand, along with large herds of sheep.
I misspoke earlier. I called it an Australian film. It's not. It's a New Zealand film.
Oh, like anybody knows the difference.
There is a difference.
One's got Crocodile Dundee, one's got Gandalf. I know the difference.
One's a big island and one's a little island.
They all talk funny. And they got sheep.
Both places do, yes.
And they do things
That's
with
my
their sheep.
understanding, yes.
Well, as credits roll, young Henry is with the people herding the sheep, and he goes after a lone straggler. His father praises his good job as credits roll. Well, we cut to Angus, who's Henry's older brother, and he kills Henry's pet sheep with an axe. He then puts its head over his own like a mask, and then terrorizes the younger child. Oh, here's your dead sheep. Ah!
Yeah, your beloved pet.
Almost immediately after, they find out that Henry's father has died in an accident. Henry develops a sheep phobia after all this.
Not good when you live on a sheep farm.
15 years later, Henry is still terrified of sheep. He's returned to sheep country from the city, and he's not happy to be there. On the road, he passes a couple of vegan eco-terrorists sneaking around in the field. They watch Angus fly over in his biplane, and they curse at him. Henry arrives at the family home, adorned with sheep heads all over the walls. Mrs. Mack, the old housekeeper, is there, and she's happy to see Henry. Angus, on the other hand, isn't so thrilled. He's about to sell off the family land, what is he going to do? Not sure on the plot.
He's going to sell it to developers.
But then he's breeding super sheep or something, too.
Yeah, both.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's got both going on.
He's got some kind of weird plan going.
He's the kind of guy who's a hustler, and he's got multiple shady things going on.
Mrs. Mack gives Henry his father's sheep shearing trophy, and it looks really sharp. Looks like something that'll probably come in useful later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's one of those kind of things.
Yep. Chekhov's weapon.
Oh, the two eco-terrorists, Grant and Experience, watch the lab as scientists load test animals on the back of a truck. Grant steals one of the containers of genetic material, and in the chase through the woods, the sample container breaks open and releases a tiny baby sheep with a really bad attitude that bites Grant. The little mutant sheep soon finds its way to the main herd. It bites one of the sheep, and soon after, we see Grant eating a rabbit live.
Turning into a weird sheep.
Yes, he is.
Yep.
All right, well, it's not as funny as we'd hoped. Other than the fact that sheep are involved, it's just another killer animal movie.
It's got some chuckles here and there.
As Kevin alluded to it, there are were-sheep, and the were-sheep transformation effects are pretty well done. It was pretty good, but it has not held up terribly well.
No, I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm going to call it the worst thing we saw this week, but it wasn't great.
It needed more humor.
You did. And you got New Zealanders and sheep. There are just jokes pouring all over that.
Mm-hmm.
What you going to do with that sheep? 1988's I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Directed by Danny Cannon, written by Lois Duncan and Trey Calloway, stars Jennifer Love Hewitt, Freddie Prinze Jr., and Brandy Norwood. 1 hour and 40 minutes. Trailer in the usual place. Spoiler-free, it still continues to be a bafflingly slow case of revenge. Why do they only kill these people once a year?
You have to wait for a year to pass.
More time has passed, about a year, and the killer is still working on it. This brings back the survivors from the previous movie and some new faces. With those people to work with, plus random folks here and there, the body count here is a bit higher. Nothing else about this one really elevates it much from the first movie. It was just okay.
Yeah, it was.
A lot of people running around in the rain.
Shall I give him a little taste?
A little taste.
Well, Julie from the first film goes into a church for confession. She admits to accidentally killing a man. The man came back and killed Barry and Helen, her friends, but she killed him in the end. I know what you did last summer, says the priest before he grabs her.
Ooh, the title.
Yeah. And then she wakes up in the middle of class, screaming.
I know my class is boring, but...
Yeah. Well, she talks to Will, a classmate, and new friend about the whole thing. It's been 1 full year since the end of the earlier troubles, and she's clearly got PSD. Ray arrives. He wants her to come to the Croaker Queen thing back home from the previous movie, but she absolutely does not want to go back to the hometown. She carries a pepper spray and has 3 deadbolts on her dorm room door. She gets a jump scare from her new friend Carla, who just lets herself into Julie's room. That night at the club, Tyrell flirts with Carla as Julie watches, and Will is there at Carla's invitation, much to Julie's confusion. So we're getting some drama on the new characters and the old characters, and everybody's coming on board. Later, Carla wins some tickets to the Bahamas and invites all the characters along.
What is the capital of Brazil?
São Paulo.
Brasilia. Rio de Janeiro.
Anyway.
Well, anyway.
Yeah.
It's an important plot point.
It is an important part, yeah. Well, Ray and Dave drive down the road and stop to investigate a crashed car. The fisherman killer kills Dave with his hook and narrowly misses running over Ray.
Good place to stop.
Good place to stop.
The fisherman killer is back.
The fisherman killer is back, and he is killing again. And meanwhile, the group has gone off to the Bahamas. I wonder if the killer will follow them to the Bahamas. Surely that wouldn't happen.
Well, I don't know if the killer follows them to the Bahamas, but Jack Black does.
Uh-huh.
He shows up in like half the scene. Surprise.
He keeps popping up.
And he's uncredited. There were only 2 survivors from the first film, and if the killer wanted them dead, why play all these games and kill all these innocent people? They could have just killed Julie any time at school.
Mm-hmm.
He knew where she was going to school. That comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we like the resort setting and the forced isolation of them being stuck in a hurricane, but there wasn't much new here. Ooh, it's got Jeffrey Combs also.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. But it's just, and for some reason the revenge spilling over to innocent people, too, who had nothing to do with it.
Well, it's just like that movie we just talked about where the teenage killer is killing convenience store workers.
Yeah, for some reason.
This movie's not bloody enough.
Mad at the world. We need to kill more people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
You know somebody else who's really mad at the world?
Who?
Caesar the Ape.
Yes. 2011,
Rise of the Planet of the Apes, the sequel to Dawn of the Planet of the Apes from a couple years earlier. Directed by Rupert Wyatt, written by Rick Jaffa, Amanda Silver, and Pierre Boulle. Stars James Franco, Andy Serkis, Frida Pinto, John... That's the wrong... Which movie is this? Oh, this is the first one.
Oh.
Didn't we do the first one last week?
We didn't do the first one last week.
This is the first movie in the reboot series.
This is the first movie in the reboot. Okay, Dawn is the next one.
Dawn, yeah, that's very confusing.
That's the trouble, because
Dawn should come before Rise.
Yeah, because first the sun dawns and then it rises.
Well, we'll be dawning next week. This week we're rising.
It's confusing.
With James Franco, Andy Serkis, Frida Pinto, and John Lithgow. Hour and 45 minutes, trailer in the usual place. Spoiler free. This was a
reimagining and a prequel to the 1968 original Planet of the Apes. That tells us how the apes got so smart and how the human population got greatly reduced. Instead of humans in ape makeup this time around, they used humans doing motion capture, overlaid CGI kind of thing. And it works really well, and it's held up good, too.
They're much more ape-like in this.
Yeah. It's more of a science fiction, action-adventure kind of movie than horror, but it's very entertaining.
Well, let's see if you survive it. It could still be a horror movie.
Well,
or if you're one of the apes being tormented through most of it, that's a horror movie.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Talking apes, that's pretty horrific.
Uh-huh.
Well, anyway, hey, if you haven't heard, we're going to do the next one next week.
Spoiler.
We open on a bunch of apes in the deep forest. It all gets very quiet. And then we see the apes are being chased by humans. Many of them are captured in nets, packed in boxes, and shipped overseas for medical experimentation. Robert Franklin and Will Rodman watch as Bright Eyes, a really intelligent ape, solves a problem in record time. Stephen, Will's boss, says he'll talk to the board about moving ahead with their project. ALZ-112 is the new gene therapy that's being developed as a cure for Alzheimer's disease. Bright Eyes, however, is a wild animal and is very aggressive. She escapes and runs rampant through the whole facility, even into the boardroom, where she's shot dead by security guards.
Awkward demonstration.
The board is not impressed.
Yeah.
Stephen then orders Robert to put all the apes down. The program has been canceled. Well, Robert figures out that Bright Eyes had been pregnant at the time, which is why she went berserk. He refuses to kill the baby and gives him to William. William can't kill the baby either and ends up taking the baby home with him.
What could go wrong?
Charles Rodman is Will's father, and he's got Alzheimer's. Charles and the baby, whom he names Caesar, gets very attached very quickly. The baby is unusually smart, and over the next 3 years, Caesar gets a lot smarter, and Will continues to study him. Charles, on the other hand, just gets worse and worse with his dementia. At work, Will steals some of the ALZ-112 and takes it home. I thought they canceled the project a couple years ago.
No, they're still working on it. Just canceled the apes.
He gives it to Charles, and it works very quickly, restoring his dementia-riddled old man to his former self overnight. I mean, he can't even hold a fork, and then the next day he's playing the piano.
Mm-hmm.
With all the excitement, Caesar goes outside to play with the kids out in the front yard. That goes badly, and Caesar gets hurt. Will takes him to the zoo to see the vet there, and the other apes get really quiet when Caesar passes them.
Yeah, they know something's
He's
not right
like
with him.
the other apes.
Yeah.
The vet is Carolyn, and she starts dating Will. Will, Charles, and Carolyn take Caesar out to Muir Woods National Forest where the redwoods are. 5 years later, so time passes, and he still enjoys coming to the forest to climb and play. He's much bigger now. Caesar resents being considered a pet, but Will calls himself Caesar's father.
And he communicates with sign language.
Will takes Caesar to the lab and explains what chimpanzees are and why Caesar is so smart. This is the first time Carolyn has heard all this, so she needs a more detailed explanation, in case we missed it the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Caesar is starting to get really moody. He's like a teenager now. And Charles isn't as cured as he used to be. The dementia is coming back. Well, Charles gets worse very quickly. At one point, he wanders off and steals the neighbor's car, wrecking it.
And the neighbor is not amused at that.
The neighbor screams at Charles, upsetting him, and this also upsets Caesar, who rushes out to protect his grandfather. There's going to be some trouble because of that.
And there is.
Yeah, lots of trouble.
Animal control ends up taking him away.
Okay, skipping down to the bottom, the CGI here is better than most modern films, even though it's like 14 years old. The apes are exceptionally expressive, each with their own personalities. A lot of acting goes into these fake monkeys.
Mm-hmm. Well, that makes a big difference when they can overlay over a real person. They were basically, they had extensions on their hands, and they were really walking on all fours and using their real facial expressions were being captured. And
the ones from the 60s and 70s were really good for being rubber masks, but these are far better.
Mm-hmm.
As different as this is from what came before, there are lots of callbacks to the earlier films, especially the first one. The ones where the apes take over the city.
Yeah.
And then just general stuff from the first one. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on in the old movies here.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few hundred apes at this point, and it seems likely that even with what's going on, they'd soon be rounded up, if not for that pesky plague bothering everyone.
Coincidentally, yeah.
It's mostly logical and explains a lot that the original didn't, and it's quite good. And that's one thing I like about the new series. It doesn't have... Well, I like the time travel shenanigans of the first one, but this is much more straightforward.
Yeah, I think so.
The new movies.
Yeah, but if you want to see the original 1968, you should.
Oh,
see
they're
how
still
they
great.
compare.
Yeah. They're not the same story. They're not the same movie.
Yeah, and in those, they move around like people. Here, they move around like
They
apes.
move around like people in rubber suits. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
These are much more ape-like, swinging from trees and walking on their knuckles
even as they get more intelligent, they still very apey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's time for some short films.
Yay!
Got a minute? Well, we got 2023 short film, The Persistence of Time. Written and directed by Dustin Weeble. Stars Samantha DeBoer, Daniel F. Gray, and M.J. Mattiaccio. 9.5 minutes, and this one you can watch on YouTube. There's a link in the usual place. What happens?
Well, it's 1957, and two time-traveling detectives work on a case. We're told how the FBI started using time travel to investigate old cold cases, mostly for the historical documentation. And he explains that you can't go back to the same point in time twice once you've been there, so no do-overs. Well, the agents in 1957 go into the hotel room and find parts of a body. And where did the rest of her go, they wonder? And Detective Ronnie turns the body over and sees that it's herself.
Oh, that's not going to end well,
That's not going to end well, is it? No.
Well, that's not how you pronounce temporal.
Temporal.
The temporal detective agency.
Temporal.
She calls it temporal.
Yeah. But other than that, it's really good.
Something is out there watching us. We never knew. Not until we went too far and messed with things out of our control. Time travel. It's sketchy.
But it's fun until it's, you run into the existential dread. And
and then things always work out badly.
Yeah.
Hey, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a cool one. More science fiction-y, but horror for sure.
Oh, you get to see the monster.
Yeah.
There's a monster. It's horror.
Uh-huh. Very Lovecraftian.
Much like 2019 short film called Toe. Directed by Neil O'Brien and Chad Thurman. It's animated, and it stars Cassie Carey as a voice, I guess, or narrator.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
7 minutes, YouTube.
This was cool.
Okay, well, what happens?
Cool animation. We watch an animated boy walk through the desolation looking for food. He's really, really hungry, and he finds a toe buried in the ground that's sticking out. Yeah. Well, he hacks off the toe, whatever it was connected to.
There's something connected to the toe. Why didn't he take the whole foot?
Maybe a whole lot of meat under there, maybe, yeah. But he takes it home to cook and eat it. Yummy. He never considers for a moment that the owner might want it back.
What?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Where's my toe?
Well, it's very crisp and sharp, black and white. It's hard not to compare it with Tim Burton's visual style, but this is much bleaker and less whimsical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's like Tim Burton's having a bad day.
Very grim.
Yeah, it's very crazy and very good.
Well, yeah, it was a good one.
Another one that's a little bit on the crazy, just a little on the crazy side, is 2023's Fetal Position.
And this one, you need to go and seek out the poster.
Yeah.
Just to see the poster.
Yeah,
It's
that
so
poster
cool.
is something.
Yes.
It looks like one of those, Asian ripoff copy posters.
Yeah, it does.
But no, it is real.
Uh-huh.
Written and directed by Joseph Yates. Stars William Tokarski, Greg Watkiss, and Avra Friedman. 7 minutes, and yep, it's on YouTube. Well, in this one, a strange-looking man walks up to a crowd of people protesting an abortion clinic. He goes inside and orders, "One abortion, please."
What?
Sir, this is a Wendy's. But he's very insistent, and maybe for good reason. That's a very short description, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Well, I liked some of the protester signs outside. "You wouldn't abort a car." Huh? "Morning sickness? Try thalidomide."
Yeah.
Poster on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've never had an abortion, but I don't think they work like this. At least not most of the time. On the other hand, the immigration jokes are just about 100% accurate. It's low budget and very cheesy, and also very funny.
It is, yeah.
I'm going to say it's my favorite of the week.
I'm going to go
of the
with
shorts.
I'm going to go with that too, of these.
2025 short film, Versace Soft Boy. Directed by Charlie Gillette and Sarah Metcalf. Written by Charlie Gillette. Stars Charlie Gillette's in this,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Becky Granger and Wesley Hand. 13 minutes. YouTubing. And M nags at Alex to get off her phone. She seems addicted to that thing. She's texting with a new boyfriend, a literal Versace model. She's smoking pot and getting uptight, but then she sees her new boyfriend, Sam, standing outside. Is he stalking her, or is she just paranoid?
Is he a stalker?
Maybe.
Huh.
They talk about their past stalkers, and they've all had one.
So they're a little paranoid.
A little bit.
But is it paranoia if they're really following you?
It could be a coincidence.
It could be, yeah. Starts out pretty much as nothing, but it escalates pretty quickly as the situation gets more and more uncomfortable. But nothing really happens. Not a lot happens. It's well shot, well acted, looks good.
It could use a bit more
It
plot.
could use a bit more.
Yeah.
But it was good. Yeah. Could have been great.
Subject 7 from 2024. Directed by Aaron Hall. Stars Adam Kenzie and Michael Cuddy. 8 minutes, 41 seconds, and it is also on YouTube. In this one, Trevor is in a blindfold, being asked some questions for some kind of research study. It looks like a lie detector test, but the blindfold is unusual. I'm figuring it's one of those psychic ESP tests, what shapes are on the cards.
Well, it sort of is.
But the questions are not like that.
The questions are weird.
Are you a communist? And yet it's 1983.
And there's this strange tone that keeps playing, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Trevor have ESP? Kind of looks that way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe it is. It's all very Cold War, but with the added twist of psychic powers. The whole thing is just two guys in a room talking, but it's interesting from beginning to end, and the ending is maybe a little unexpected.
I did not see that coming.
No, it's very good.
Yeah, it was very cool. And I was thinking as I was watching this could be a play. Somebody could do that on stage.
Very easily, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what else we didn't expect?
What?
It's the end of the show!
No.
Yeah, I guess they'll have to turn back in next week for 5 more movies and 5 more shorts.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to watch more.
And then when you do, you'll be hearing us, and I'll be Brian.
And I'll be Kevin.
And we'll be the horror guys.
Yes, we will.
See you next week.
See ya.